So UFC 310's scheduled main event is off. I'm sure all of you already know this, but sadly, Bilal the Burrito Muhammad pulled out with a toe infection or something. And it feels like so many events are just falling apart this year due to injuries. I don't even care anymore. Let them use IVs, let them use peptides to recover. Who gives a fuck? This sport's already a joke half the time, so let's just get these fights made, okay? Let them use those things to recover. I don't care. I just want to see fights, okay? Now, I'm very aware I'm very late on this. It happened like 3 days ago, but I was waiting to see what would happen because I assume a main event would just get made pretty quickly, but it's like 3 or 4 days later and peep. There's been nothing except rumors, just bullshit rumors. Nothing's been confirmed at all. So, I wanted to talk about what I think the UFC should do and who should be that main event and replacement of Bilal. Because come on, Bilal. I know you got asked to defend early, but fuck, not the first defense. Come on. I'm surprised they didn't just strip him, honestly. I know they don't want Bilal to have that fucking belt. I do. I think his performance versus Leon was entertaining. I don't give a fuck, okay? Bilal is overhated. Very overhated. He's not that boring, okay? If you're calling him boring, you're going to have to call a lot of fighters in the division boring as well, including Ian Gary, okay? His last performance versus Jeff Neal was terrible. And yikes, Bilal, man, you shouldn't have been making fun of Connor's toe injury. It came back to bite you. Yeah, that's why you don't bag on injuries, bro, because you have the same fucking thing. I mean, not the same thing, but toe infection, broken toe, fancy, that shit is the same. It doesn't matter. You're a bitch to every fan now that was actually bagging. Not for me, okay? I like Bilal still. I don't care he pulled out. It was an injury. Yeah, he has to take a lot of time off from it. It's unfortunate. It's just going to hold up this division even more. My favorite division is being fucked right now. It's been so held up, so inactive. All these guys are sitting out for a year, and now Shavkat might have to sit out even longer. Like, this is just so bad. Anyways, what should the UFC do? Who should they put in the main event? What fights should they put together to save this event? Even though it already had a title on the line with Kai Sakura and Pantoja fighting. No, okay? When you hype up an event like this and you give it 2 title shots, we want 2 title shots, okay? I think the obvious and the first thought to come to my head, just have Shavkat and Jack Della Maddalena fight. It's so easy. Just have them fight. It's the fight we all wanted to see anyway. You could arguably say, and you could definitely make the argument, that Jack Della Maddalena deserves a title shot more than Shavkat, okay? I don't think he does, but you can make the argument, okay? So let's just have them fight. No one is that clearly deserving of a title shot. So just have them fight for an interim. It's that simple. Just demote it to the co-main event, have them fight for the interim, have Kai Sakura and Pantoja main. I know that's not a good idea because it's not going to sell that good. No one knows who Kai Sakura is, in the American fan base at least, and no one likes Pantoja. No one cares about flyweight. It'll probably kill the event, but you can't have an interim over a real title. And I still think this is the best idea, even if it sinks the pay-per-view buys. This is the fight that needs to happen, especially with Shavkat and Jack both coming off huge layoffs off of injuries. Yeah, like they can't afford to sit out any longer. Let's have at least one of them fight. Bro, you're holding up this division. I mean, I don't know who I'm talking to right now. Who is it? I guess it's Bilal in the situation. But this division, this over the past 2 years, has just been so stagnant. It's really becoming way too slow. No one's being active. And yeah, we all can blame Leon Edwards for that. He cursed the division. Thank God he's gone now, but he fucked it all up. That head kick should never have happened. Just have them fight for an interim. Whoever wins is obviously the interim champion, and then they're next. Just have them fight Bilal next. If Shavkat loses to Jack, then oh well. Jack gets the opportunity, you know? Like, I think he should have to fight Jack. He already was kind of getting the free title shot given to him just because all the fans want to see it. I also low-key think if Joaquin Buckley versus Ian Gary didn't get made, I honestly would have said that maybe Joaquin could get his title shot opportunity to fight for the interim, fight Shavkat instead. But no, obviously Jack deserves it more. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's as obvious as people think, okay? I mean, Joaquin is on such a good streak. I know he's coming off of finishing Wonderboy too, so it's not the best argument. But he still deserves a title shot off of one win. You can make the argument. You could easily do that. Just throw him in the interim. It doesn't matter. Joaquin Buckley is exciting. Way more exciting than Ian Gary, okay? No one wants to see that guy fight for a title yet. And this is a badass fight, all right? as Dana would say, this is a badass fight. Shavkat versus Jack is going to sell good no matter what. I mean, I think Jack is pretty unknown by most of the fan base still, but it doesn't matter. A bunch of fighters are. Just let them fight. This is the fight to make, okay? There's not much other option than this. Unless you're just going to tell Shavkat to fuck off. We're doing Alex Pereira versus Magomed. It's like, brother, I've been sitting out for a year plus. Like, what am I supposed to do? I know he was injured, but he's not now. So just get him in there while he's fine, while he's not hurt. Because these Chechen guys, these Dagestani guys, all of them, they like to get injured and be inactive. It's just the truth. Which is the same reason I think Chimaev should just get his title shot now, while he's well and healthy. He can actually fight. Just let him fight while he can, bro. We may never get this chance again. He may get the tummy ache. But if they are just going to tell Shavkat to fuck off, then I guess if Magomed wants to fight this soon again, and he wants to... Dude, Magomed's getting fucked at every opportunity. He almost gets a title shot. It's like, oh, actually, we need Alex to fight now. You're going to have to fight him in 3 weeks. It's like, what? Bro, Magomed is never going to get a fair opportunity at a title shot. He'll never get a full camp. Never, okay? He didn't take much damage from Rakic, but it's still not like he didn't just go 3 rounds with Rakic, okay? Or was it 5? I don't even know. No, it was 3, and that fight sucked. I mean, it didn't suck that much, and it was kind of Rakic's fault for backing up. And Magomed did look good, but you kind of needed a finish, brother. I'm going to be real. You kind of needed a finish to establish yourself as the clear #1 contender, especially with Rakic not really doing much in the division. Like, he's been very inactive. Whether it has to do with injuries or not, I don't care. He's been inactive. Or how about we just tell Merab to fuck all that. You don't get a vacation. You're defending at 310. Let's just make Merab versus Sean too. I don't fucking know. What is going on in these divisions? What is going on with title shots? I wanted to make a full video just saying, like, what happened to title shots in the UFC. I don't know if I will. I might still. But, dude, like, they don't make sense anymore. Every single time the person's coming off like a rank 6 or 7 mid-ass win that they did a year ago, and it's like, all right, now you get your title shot, kid. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Also, if Jack doesn't want to step in and fight Shavkat, throw Sean Brady in there. I don't know. He's ranked 5. He's underrated. He low-key could be just as deserving as Jack or Joaquim or Ian. All these guys are so deserving. That's the problem with welterweight. All these guys are so deserving of title shots, but no one wants to fight each other. I mean, I know Ian versus Joaquim got made, but I don't know. They just seem like they don't want any of these welterweight prospects coming up the rankings to fight each other, to cancel each other out, which is a problem, okay? They should have had Shavkat versus Jack fight anyway and given Bilal time off. This fight shouldn't even have been scheduled, okay? Bilal should have got a few months off. Dude, they tried to make him defend at like 308, I think. That is insane. They hate Bilal. They want him out of the title picture now, clearly. It's kind of sad, you know? He could be a good champ. He could be exciting. It depends on the opponent you throw in there with him. Like, I think Shavkat will force that fight to be exciting. I think their grappling would cancel out a decent amount. Maybe not in the later rounds when they're gassed, but I think at the beginning, the first 2 rounds when they're dry, it would just be basically boxing, you know, just a kickboxing match. Unless Bilal can really dominate Shavkat with the grappling, because I think that's how the fight would go. If anyone's going to dominate with the grappling, it's going to be Bilal, all right? Bilal's grappling is way better than Shavkat. Let's not start that argument, all right? It is. He's the shorter, stockier guy. He trains with Khabib and Islam. He's slightly more jacked. He's probably on steroids, but it doesn't matter. He's the GOAT. And he also, his boxing is underrated. It's not like he's just going to get outboxed, okay? He's not going to get outboxed. Shavkat doesn't move his fucking head, all right? I'm not saying I'd pick Shavkat or Bilal. I'm not saying who'd I pick, all right? I'm not saying any of that. I'd probably pick Shavkat, but not for that reason. I think Shavkat would be able to hurt him with knees and elbows and shit like that. Mix it up. I don't think he's going to straight out outbox Bilal. I don't think he's going to take Bilal out and sub him. That ain't happening. Maybe it will. And then Shavkat's just the king of the welterweight division all of a sudden. The GOAT. Dude, I hate how fast y'all want to call people divisions GOATs. Like, Top Toro, I just watched Lucas Tracy's GOAT list, dude. Top Toro, he had him like 4 or 5 or 6. Are you fucking insane? He's not even over max yet. Fuck out of here with that shit. You just don't have enough all-time wins. He literally has 4 all-time wins, you could argue. That's less than other fighters. Lucas, that made no sense. I agree with your takes a lot, but that was stupid. But yeah, Bilal, make a speedy recovery. The real fans, we appreciate you. We love you. Okay, except your ugly ass sausage party face. It's hard to look at, it's hard to sell, boys. You're gonna have to, I don't know. And people who won Shop Scott as champion, y'all do realize that he's gonna be like the worst champion of all time, right? He's gonna be inactive as fuck because he gets injured a lot. His whole career he has. He's always been inactive. It's just true. He's gonna, if he can't sub someone, you do realize he's gonna have a bunch of 5 round decisions, right? He was so close to making a boring fight out of Wonder Boy. He was so close to just controlling him the whole fight. But he got the sub, which was very impressive. So until he does that, he's not a boring fighter. But he's fucking close. He's close to being a very boring fighter in a lot of your guys' eyes. Trust me. You're going to turn on Shao Scott the second he has a boring performance. I guarantee it. And he also doesn't talk. All those tweets, that's not him, okay? I guarantee you that's not him. That's his manager tweeting. This dude is at peace. He's a nomad. He don't give a fuck about that. He just wants to fight, make money, live good. And I respect him for that. But yeah, that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Shavkat versus Jack Della Maddalena. That is the fight. That's the clear fight. I know it's for an interim, and it kind of fucks up the pay-per-view. You got to make it the co-main instead. But I don't care, all right? Fuck pay-per-view sales. I don't care. They're already shit anyway. So let's just get good fights out of this, okay? Shavkat versus Jack. Make the fight. I'll see you guys in the next one.